Hey, Catalyst Church. Well, today I was reading, and hopefully you are too, your one day book, and we are doing day 40 in it. And there's a beautiful story in there, and make sure you go read it, and hopefully that'll inspire you to show compassion to others. But I wanted to share with you that I can actually relate to that story, and maybe you can too. Here's a little bit of my testimony. I was a missionary kid in Southeast Asia coming back to the United States. I was not any way, shape, form of a normal kid. Why? Because I grew up in Southeast Asia and other reasons too. But I come to this Christian school my junior year of high school. After being gone for 16 years overseas, I was abnormal. Long story short is I started to play basketball, and this coach, Coach Kirby is his name. He started to allow me to come in early before school. He would coach me a little bit more. I thought I was a really good player, but I sat on the bench most of the time when playing basketball. But he actually cared for me. He actually invested in me. I think without Coach Kirby, I don't think that I would potentially be a pastor of a church or caring for others or wherever God has called me to do and to be. And I was just thinking, how many times do the underdogs get overlooked? How many times do people that look a certain way, smell a certain way, act a certain way, kind of get overlooked? And ultimately, that's who Jesus came and showed compassion to immensely. So let me encourage you is who is the David Whitmore? Who is the person in your life that just is abnormal, just a little bit different, that you get to have compassion upon? Please make sure you go read the story. And maybe that was you. Maybe that you were that kid that nobody liked or nobody cared about, or you're going through life situations or whatever. Let us be people that are advocates for the underdog. Even in my devotion this morning, it was the classic passage in Matthew. It was like in heaven at the end of time, Jesus is going to divide the lost and the saved, basically. And at the end is going to be like, where were you when I was hungry, thirsty? Where were you where I was in prison? Where were you when I was at the lowly? Well, when you did it for the least of these, you did it for me. So let me encourage you. Who's the least of these? Maybe it's your neighbors. Maybe it's your coworkers. Maybe it's even yourself. Who are those people that you and I get to show the love of Jesus when nobody else will? And remember, we don't know why they're going through this. Maybe it is a life situation. Maybe it's a bad habit. We don't know. All our job is to love them, show compassion to them, and be the love and the light of Jesus. Be that pick me up, that encouraging word that, hey, how are you doing? The hug, the high five, the recognition, the words of affirmation. It's simple this. God cares for the underdog, the least of these in our society, and so should we. So maybe that's you. May you know that you're loved by God Almighty. If you feel like an underdog and you feel like you don't fit in, you fit into God's kingdom through Jesus Christ. So please be encouraged. In the middle of your underdog season, you are loved. Turn to Jesus today and then pay it forward to others and point other people to Jesus. Be encouraged, be compassionate, be loved by others, and then love others. Let us be a church. Let us be a people that are for the underdogs, because Jesus was for us, the underdogs in our sin. He loves us. We should love others. Let us pay it forward. Who today can you show love and compassion to that might be an underdog where you work, play, school, church, wherever? Let's go make a difference one day at a time.